When we saw the advertisement from Wexford County Council for an access for all space, we thought this was an ideal opportunity for us to create such a space in this garden here.
It was always a lovely area, but it wasn't accessible. Even like apart from somebody who might be using a wheelchair or a walker or walking, even a lady with a pram couldn't really come in and enjoy the garden.
It's a nice garden, but it wasn't in any way. It wasn't so inviting. For example, there's curbing there. We didn't allow wheelchair access in onto the grass even. We had no pathway from the garden to the community centre.
It seems that the garden will be the link that will tie the whole area together as one complete area.
This main pathway in here, we are going to retain the base of that, but we're going to pave it. We have a pathway going all the way around the garden, and a pathway from here down to the community centre. We have a water feature which will provide sensory noise for people who are visually impaired.
And there'll be a sensory garden, isn't that
yes,
right?
It'll be sensory flowers.
So people with sight impaired, etc., will be able to appreciate the vegetation. There'll be foliage there with nice perfumes and so forth.
And we have to say thanks to Wexford County Council for the
Yes.
initiative and putting the idea forward in the first place.
Oh, definitely.
And then the community got behind the idea.
Caroline Horton came out to visit and explained all the various requirements for accessibility for all, which was really important to us.
But the access department in Wexford County Council really was the catalyst for getting us moving.
The thing is, it's aspects for all though, and it's bringing every part of the community in together.
We hope that it will benefit everybody in Rosslare for a start. It will give us a lovely, peaceful garden where people can come and relax. It's a great addition to Rosslare, and we're very proud of it.
Since 2004 we've been here, the Monageer Grotto group. George Dunbar, local man, came and asked would we get involved in upkeeping the grotto here.
It was like a, what would I call it, a disused quarry. I said you hadn't a hope, like, you know. Oh, you wouldn't, it was ridiculous, like, all you know.
Wexford County Council were launching Access for All, and we approached Wexford County Council, drew up our plans and submitted it to them, and all in all it went very well for us. It was a very easy process, and it's accessible to everyone, and that's the whole idea of the project and the idea behind Wexford County Council, that is access for all. And we've built the flower beds and stuff at different levels so that people have access to the different levels, and then we have the seated area in the centre which will be catering, we hope, for schools and the youth club, for the active retirement groups, or any group that want to come here, and we'll put a library into that, an exchange library into it. The Wexford County Council were immense help, both with their knowledge and financially, as it turned out in the end. We had Caroline Horn, who's the access officer, out here advising us and giving us information on it. We had to fill out an application form and make our submission. The financial end of it obviously was the big thing that helped us to do what we've done, and how much that we've done in a short space of time, nearly in 12 months. We're delighted with Wexford County Council, and we'll work into the future with them.
I'm here constantly now. During the week I come here, and there's always a bit of a stir here, like, there's always someone around, like, you know.
Greatest enjoyment seeing that the community have actually come together on this for us, and we've had probably 35 to 40 people here at different times through the last year and a bit that the project has been going on. The more we do, the more the people are getting involved with it, and even down to donating the plants and shrubs. It's been really, really worthwhile.
It's like you're after going into a different world, like, you know. You come in off of the main road there, you're here and you've complete peace and quiet, you know. It's lovely.
work is to keep the park, to maintain the park and to maintain the village. And we're a small little committee, so it's plenty of us work for us to do.
We had footpaths initially with tar, but the surface had gone pretty bad over the years. And we discovered that a few of the local people, one in particular, was in a wheelchair and we didn't have access good enough. So that's when we decided that we'd do the footpaths.
As before that, there was no way could you take a wheelchair around. There's just no, any child with a disability or anything, you just would not be able to bring them walking around here.
Wexford County Council have been absolutely brilliant for the project. So they've been really brilliant. They've kept in contact with us the whole time through emails and telephone calls. And Geraldine in particular has been very, very helpful towards us. So we're very grateful to Wexford County Council for the money that they gave us for the Access Awards to be able to do this project.
It's very, very hard to get a grant of any description to do anything, and if we didn't have it, I don't think we could have done it. So it's brilliant to get the grant, absolutely.
Oh, I think everybody's really happy with it, and everybody's saying how well it looks now that it's all finished.
And people have said, like, your pets in the park is lovely.
Yeah. And I think people like to see that we're, putting money into the park and trying to, improve it as much as we can every year. So, I think that the people have been positive towards it.
Oh, yeah.
I think it looks lovely.
It does.
And I think the workmanship that has been done on it looks so perfected. And it'll be here long after my time, I can tell you. I'm sure the three of us will never see it worn out anyhow.
I'm Kathleen Hyland and I'm a member of Oulart Tidy Towns.
My name is Noel Doyle and I'm a resident here in Oulart.
We try to do a bit of development and improvement in the village each year. This is the old cemetery in the parish and it's right in the centre of the village, as you can see, and it had become very derelict and unkept.
It was very uneven, there was no footpaths.
We thought, we tried to make it more accessible for people and we made an application to the council, so we got a bit of funding.
I could never independently access the cemetery, or a lot of the facilities are covered in the project before this work was undertaken. I think being part of a community, you want to be able to access all of the facilities that are available to everyone else in the community, and I think it's important that if I want to visit my grandparents' grave that I can do so.
The council are excellent, they're so courteous and so obliging. No matter when you want them to look at something, they're just willing to look and come out to you and give advice. We couldn't have done it without them, and that's the truth, that's the way it is,
Everything has been done so well, it's been done in consultation as well, which I think is very important. I think it's important to note as well that it's not just for people with disabilities. Like, a big part of accessibility is integrating it for everybody. And I think this project has successfully done that it hasn't hindered anybody else's access.
Well, people were very, very pleased about the cleaning up and tidying of the cemetery.
It's been brilliant to be able to actually just come in the gate and be able to go around the graveyard if you need to.
And the thing about it is it has given pride to the local people themselves in their old cemetery and given them an eagerness to look after it and keep it.